What's up, gang? Welcome back to Janique TV. My name is Janique, and I'd like to thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. If this is your first time here, welcome. I don't know what made you click on the videos today, but you are welcome here anytime. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button. That way you can lock in with my channel, and also go ahead and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss an episode of what I'm doing here. Now, if you are returning, I appreciate you so much for tuning back into my content. I don't know why you resonate with me, but I appreciate you anyway. That just means you want some other stuff. You feel me? So thank you for coming back time and time again and checking out what I have to say. Today I want to talk about gender roles. And this is going to come based off a conversation I was really having with my son. Every day, since I'm a single mother, and this is by choice, by the way, but I'm a single mother, and I choose to show my son what type of woman he should be picking for himself, or I understand that's what I'm really subconsciously doing. I'm not literally trying to tell my son stuff like that, but I'm kind of like setting him up for the rest of his life for the type of women that he's going to be picking. And I think a lot of parents should think the same way, especially when they're single. You have to think about the type of person your kid is going to pick, because they're going to pick a person based off you. So as a mom, all the time I wanna just say that I constantly think about my son's future. I constantly think about how he's going to end up, who he's going to end up with, the type of people he's going to choose to be around when he gets out of my presence, or when he gets the ability to choose for himself. Because right now he's at home with me. Right now he's homeschooling and stuff like that. So like he doesn't get a lot of interaction with outside influences who can make him choose another way, other than the way that I have kind of outlined for his life. So I try to keep it extremely clean in my home, and I don't know if it's just an OCD thing, but I'm just, as a woman, I feel like I should be clean. When I grew up with my parents, I constantly cleaned. Like once I got old enough, me and my sister would kind of switch on days, switch off days and stuff like that. And we had certain chores on certain days to do, and on that day, if the chore didn't get done, like everybody was getting woken up. So I was really trained young to do it on at least every other day if you're gonna clean up, right? And it's just really dependent on what you're doing. But every day we had to mop, every day we had to wash dishes, every day we had to vacuum. Like it was like a constant thing every day. You know, they say that if you teach a child the way they should go, that when they get older, they will return back to it, or they won't turn away from it. So that's a real thing. I was taught young to grow up cooking and cleaning. Period, point blank. My parents had me in the kitchen earlier, my mom at least. My dad, I really never saw him cook ever. I'm trying to even think. I never saw my dad cook, but I knew he could, but I never saw him cook. But I was really shown like a woman had to cook clean, you know what I'm saying? A woman had to make sure everybody was fed in the house, make sure everything was in order. Like that's how I was taught young. So it's following me. So I was telling my son earlier, because he was pointing my closet, because I totally reorganized my closet last night, just like on some board type stuff. I was like, let me reorganize it. When I don't feel comfortable with the way something is, especially after you move, you like set things up a certain way. You think that you want them to go, and then like when you really get into it and when you really start living, like you realize it's not as functional as you would like it to be. So I had to reorganize. But I said, I can't wait till you get older and see what type of woman you pick, because I know she's going to be super clean. He's like, yeah, you're super clean. Like, I make sure it's always clean. I make sure my son constantly sees me cleaning. Even after I worked all day, like, he still sees me come in and clean up. But I don't want him to think that a woman has to work. I'm still trying to get with him on that. He understands me. Like, yeah, I have to work right now because I'm choosing to be single. But, you know, if I wasn't choosing to be single, you know, your mom's would be at home. So... So I want to talk about gender roles, like I was saying earlier. Like, gender roles are so important because in today's society, the men want to be the women want to be the men, and nobody wants to be who God called them to be. Nobody wants to be who God made them. People think God made mistakes. People think God put them in the wrong body and stuff like that. And that's your preference. If that's what you think, that's your belief. But for me, my God makes no mistakes, and it's just about whether you wanted to rise to who God called you to be, or if you chose to be someone else. So everybody serves different things. Everybody believes different things. Your belief of life is really based off how you grew up, and your different experiences where you were growing up, and your perception of life. You grew up around people who perceived life the same way that you did, so you know they normalized your behavior. And even if they didn't, you were around a group of people. Somebody normalized what you're doing. Whatever it is you're doing, somebody normalized it along your way. That's why you think it's normal. Same thing with me. Somebody normalized the way that I act. Somebody normalized, like, I normalized it. Let me say that. Anyway, I digress. But you know, everybody wants to do their own thing and rebel against what God is wanting them to do. So I don't understand people. I can't even get it in my head because it's like I can't imagine waking up and wanting to be somebody else. I don't know. I don't know how that feels. I never really had that experience, so I can't really relate. I can't empathize or anything with people who go through that struggle because I've never experienced it myself. So all I know is having to love who God made me. That's all I know. All I know is having to accept who I am as a person. All I know is having to be myself. I had to get over it. When I was growing up, I wasn't, I'm not going to say I was poor, but I didn't have everything that a lot of kids at the school had. Like, I wasn't going shopping 24/7. My parents did okay for themselves, and they did okay for us too. But at the same time, like, I didn't have nowhere near the life I thought I should have when I was growing up. So even now, you know, I still want more, you know, and you have to get what God gives you. You have to be grateful for it. I can't sit right here and be like, you know, oh my God, I don't hate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful that God has blessed me with this because this is the most I've ever had. You feel me? Like, I come from nothing. So when I say gender roles, I mean like who's doing what? Who's doing what? You know, I know as women sometimes we have to be more masculine because we're single, and if we aren't masculine, we're gonna get taken advantage of out here in these streets. We're gonna be drugged through these streets by these men. We're gonna be in these low-level relationships. We're not gonna have any strength, any standards. I actually respect the women who know how to hustle. You know what I'm saying? Because they get it. They understand, like, I have to do this. If I don't do it, who's gonna do it? If you depend on somebody else for it, like, you'll never know how it is to get it yourself, and you're not going to appreciate it when the man gives it to you. You know, so I think it's important to get back to our roots because we have to raise children. Even those of you with no children, right? One day you're going to have a kid in your presence. Like, it may not be your kid, but somebody's going to have a kid or a child around you. You'll experience a kid somewhere, even not a physical kid. It could be somebody with an immature spirit. You're going to experience that person along the way. They're going to look to you for guidance. So, I mean, if you're not being guided the right way yourself, if you can't even guide yourself the right way, how do you plan to guide others? And I found myself always wanting to be a better parent than the parent that I had. But how can we kind of measure that scale? What are we measuring it off of when I don't really know how anything else looks? I don't really know how any other parenting look because all I know is my parents. But I kind of think about the way that things made me feel and the way that things made me react and the things that I thought were too hard for my parents to do for me and the things that I thought they kind of took it easy with me on. My parents are very strict. My parents, they did not allow me to do anything because they felt like a woman needs to be in the house and we can't have you ran through. That's all my parents would think about. Like, we cannot have you ran through, period, point blank. You're not going to be ran through. So I bought that with me growing up. So as a woman, let me say this. As a woman, it's very important to recognize your role in today's society because you have the power. You have the power to change a line of thinking in something that has been, you know, in a people or a species that has been unruly for so long. And I hate to say it, but men are definitely controlled by pussy, you know, period, point blank. Every man is doing something for some pussy right now, period, point blank. I don't care what they're talking about, they're doing it for pussy. How they dress, how they look. Unless they like men, you know, they're doing it for women. You know what I'm saying? Who else are you doing it for? As a woman, who are we doing it for? Ourselves. We have to do it for ourselves because if we do it for the men, we're going to be out here looking crazy. But this is going to bring me to my scripture for today, Proverbs 31. And I'm actually going to get it pulled up here because I left my... I'm gonna go get my Bible actually because I like to highlight. So first things first, as a woman, right, there's a couple of things that I don't think we should be doing as women, but I'm not going to judge you, right? Again, your perception of life is going to be based strictly off of your circumstances, and I didn't live your life, so I don't know what you believe to be true. All I know is what I believe to be true, and what I believe most is in the Bible. So I wanted to kind of read Proverbs 31 for you guys to really kind of break down what God made a woman to do and what God is calling a woman to do to be a wife of noble character. Because at the end of the day, whether we want to admit it or not, we're here to get married. We're here to be a woman to a man and procreate and build a long line of other women to men and other men to women, and we're here to build legacies, and we're here to build families and build nations. That's what we're here to do. And say what you want about the Kardashians, but they had it right. They got a whole family full of bosses. And as black people, now we so scared to have kids, like, because we think we're not going to be able to take care of them. But understand, God will provide. So stop being scared to have kids, okay? With the right people, though. I said with the right people. Don't be having no kids with no crazies now, because at the end of the day, some people should not procreate. I'm going to say it like that. So anyway, I want to read Proverbs 31, and this is actually going to start at Proverbs 31 verse 10. So it says, epilogue, the wife of noble character. A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still night and provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her task. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand, she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hand to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes covering for her bed, and she is clothed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh all the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. So listen, it says a wife of noble character who can find? That's what men are really looking for. Women with noble character. They're not looking for hoes. They're not looking for jump offs. They're not looking for side chicks. They're not looking for none of that, because at the end of the day, even if a man is not ready to be who he needs to be for a woman, when he finds a woman that he sees can be a wife, he's going to remember her. And trust me, he's going to come back for her. I know this firsthand, because all my exes, they still want me. You feel me? So listen. It says her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value, right? He has full confidence in his woman. He has full confidence in her. He does not believe that she will fail him in any certain way, in any specific way, sexually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. He does not think she's going to fail him in any way. Full confidence in his woman. Okay, this is what I'm telling you, men are looking for. And regardless of what this man says he's looking for when he meets you, he doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that. Trust me, if you really got them qualities that a man is looking for long term, listen. I'm gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. He said, God says, she brings him good, not harm, all the days of his. God says, she brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She brings him good, not harm. Y'all heard about the story where Trouble actually ended up dying because he was in bed with a woman who had just broken up with her man, right? And her and the man shared a house together. She got Trouble over there. She would never have made a good wife for him. And no shade if you watching, sis, my bad. Look, I'm gonna call it how I say it. I'm gonna call it how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not harm. That's just a prime example. Like, you're not going to get him in any kind of trouble. Like, you're only going to bring him good, not evil. You feel me? So bring your man good, not evil. Don't bring your man strife. Don't bring your man no fights. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out in public flirting, you know what I'm saying, and making your man hot, you know, thinking it's cute when he go kill somebody. Like, come on, it's too much out here. It's way too much. So listen. But again, as women, this is how we should be acting, you know, in order to get the result we want out of these men. This is how we should be acting. It says she selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She can sew something. I don't know about y'all, but I know how to knit something. I know how to sew. You know what I'm saying? It's not mandatory, but this is just a quality that you have about yourself, a skill that you have. It's saying she's skilled. She is like merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets money from everywhere. Okay? She brings her food from afar. She gets her money from everywhere. So it says she gets up while it is still night, and she provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She gets up while it's still night. I can't stand talking to a woman and she done called me and it's in the afternoon. She told me she just got up. Why? You ain't had nothing to do today? I'm confused. The gym even? Like, you didn't have nothing to do today? And if you work 5 days a week, I get it. Day 6 and 7, okay, I get it. You might need to lay down. But listen, you had to have the energy to do all these things. You want a man? You need some energy about yourself. I can't stand seeing women talk about wanting a man. They be so lazy. Like, what do you do to get a man? Like, what quality do you have? You ever looked at your homegirl, you be like, I can see why you single a little bit. Like, I see it. But I'm well-rounded. You have to be well-rounded. Listen. Get up while it's still night. So you up before everybody else, right? They're not beating you up or nothing like that. You're preparing the food for your family. You're getting them ready for the day. You're giving them their energy for the day. Food is energy, right? You're giving them that for the day. You're making it with a little love so they can have an amazing day and get started off right. You're getting up before your people. So it says, so be a woman who wakes up early, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Stop laying in the bed all day. Stop being lazy. Like, it's nothing to just jump out of that. All you have to do is just jump out of it. And once you do it one day, you got to do it the next day. And every day you have to choose to do that. Jump up out of that energy. Stop being lazy. And stop doing things to make you lazy. Because when you're out drinking 24/7, when you're out getting toe up the night before in the club, when you be up in the club, when you be out doing that, you don't have no energy to get up the next morning early and work out. Do your hair. Oh my God, like, get dressed every day. Like, just please. These men, I'm telling you, this is what they're looking for. This is what they want, okay? So I can't say how many men, like, I have called me, like, and they be like, or they try to FaceTime me or something. I'm always looking good. And I had a guy like, why do you look good every day? What's going on? Like, I'm like, I get dressed every day. He's like, why? Well, you got somewhere to go? I'm like, I work from home. I said, no, but if I don't get dressed every day, then I'm going to forget how to do it. Like, and when it's time to put it on, I'm going to forget how to put it on because I'm not used to putting it on. I want you to get used to something. I don't want you to look at me one day and be like, oh, okay, when did she get it together this week? Like, no, I get it together every day. Every day I wake up and I have it together. Period. I wake up like this for real, on the real. So it says, she considers a field and buys it. She considers a field. She considers a field and invests in it. Invest in it. When he says she considers a field, cosmetology, nursing, you could be a barber, it don't matter. A coach, a teacher. She considers a field and buys it. She invests in whatever it is that she's considering. You feel me? She considers a field and buys it. And stay with me. I hope that didn't go over your head. Listen. It says she sets about her work vigorously. She's not lazy. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She has the strength to perform the tasks that she has prepared for herself, the tasks that she has outlined for herself, the work that she has to do vigorously. Whoo, listen, she sees that her trading is profitable. Her investments are profitable. She's making that money and her lamp does not go out at night. She's making it in her sleep. The money coming in while she's sleeping. It's residual. Listen. It says I'm gonna skip to verse 20. Listen, so stay with me. I'm in Proverbs 31 verse 20. She opens her arms to the poor. She opens her arms to the poor. She embraces those with less than her, right? Not physically all the time, but she extends her hand to the needy. She's charitable. She doesn't just care about herself, right? She makes sure she considers everyone. And it said, when it snows, she has no fear. For her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. Everyone has everything they need. So when the weather comes, a storm that they're not prepared for, she got them together already. Are you that type of woman? Like, are you a woman that's going to have a man together, but you swear you need a man? I'm not understanding. It says she makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. She's not out here dressing crazy. She's not out here dressing crazy. She's looking nice. She got her stuff together. You feel me? And I say this as I'm wearing a black hoodie, but I look good today. I'm telling you, I was looking at myself earlier. I'm like, yo, you look so good. I can't take it. You look so good today. So listen. Whew. It says she is clothed with strength and dignity. She is clothed with strength and dignity. It's already on her. It's all over her. Strength and dignity is all over her. She is strong and she has some dignity about herself. A lot of y'all don't have no dignity. I mean, like, listen. Have some dignity, please. Like, please, if nothing else, have some dignity. Have that. If you don't got nothing else, please have some dignity. So she can laugh all the days to come. She's always in a great, joyous mood. She's never had no attitude. It don't matter what's going on in her life. She's laughing every single day. I be talking to people, they be like, why are you still smiling? I had a guy like that. Oh my God, my last boyfriend. Why are you always smiling? Like, one day he tried to really make me stop smiling because he just hated that I smile so much. But listen, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I woke up today and God gave me another day to take another breath. Like, I'm blessed. That's why I'm happy to be here. I'm happy. I look good too. Why wouldn't I smile why wouldn't I smile? Listen, but if you're one of those guys at the gas station who be like, smile today, like, stop doing that, please. I don't even know you to smile at you. Okay, you feel me? But I laugh every day, if that makes sense. So it says she speaks with wisdom. She's wise. She has something valuable to say when she says something, right? And this is coming from a person who raps. I rap vulgar lyrics, but at the same time, what I'm saying in my lyrics is deep. You have to get to the meaning of what I'm really saying because I'm saying something behind the word. It's a hidden meaning. She speaks with wisdom. A woman who teaches her man something is a valuable woman. If you have nothing of value to bring to your man from your mouth, if you can't speak no life into him, why are you there? I'm not understanding. Why would he want you around? So it says, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. Faithful instruction is on her tongue. Faithful instruction. Instruction that you could believe is on her tongue. She's going to give you something that is going to work for you. That's what type of woman these men are looking for. I'm telling y'all right now. Listen. Now, she watches over the affairs of her household. You got your house in order or you don't? What you got together? What you got? And even when it's not together, do you still have a plan to get it together? Okay? Because every day is not a great day. I understand that. Right? Everybody don't have everything totally together, but are you working towards it? Okay, it says, this is what you should at least attain to be. I attain to be exactly who God has outlined for me to be in this book. It says that she does not eat the bread of idleness. An idle mind is a devil's playground. We all know that saying. But she does not eat the bread of idleness. Every day is not an idle day for her. She always has something to do. And if she don't have nothing to do, she going to find her something to do. That's what type of women these men are looking for. These men, I'm telling y'all right now, they are not looking for no woman who don't have nothing going on. Period, point blank. Even these girls that y'all think like have this amazing life with this man, they don't have to do nothing. Like, y'all think they don't have nothing going on. They got something going on. And ladies, you can speak for me in the comments. Like, they got something going on. Period, point blank. They're not just being lazy and stuff. There's a reason that man has chosen her. Pay attention. It says, her children arise and call her blessed. Her children call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. He praises her. He doesn't know how she does it. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. He says that she surpasses them all. Many women do these things, but she does it differently. That's what he says. She's different than all these women. She surpassed all these women. A man wants a woman who's going to surpass all these women. He doesn't want a woman who's going to try to fit in with these women, who's going to try to be like these women. He wants a woman who is not these women, clearly. Listen, you got to be different out here. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. He doesn't want a charming woman because that's a deceptive woman. A woman who is too charming is deceptive. Let's call it out. Beauty is fleeting. That means every day is not going to be a beautiful day for you. You know what I'm saying? Every day you're not going to look good. He understands that. Right? Men don't expect you to look like amazing every day, but then do you look like something? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, you gotta look like something. There's a way to change your appearance. I'm telling y'all, like, that you don't have to be ugly every day. I promise you. And it says, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Are you a woman who fears the Lord? Because at the end of the day, let's call it out. Men are looking for a God-fearing woman. I'm telling you right now. I don't care how many hoes they sleep with. This is what they're really looking for. Secretly, they looking for. I know because I encounter these men and they try to hold on to me. I'm telling you what they're looking for right now. Listen. But that's not my job right now. Listen, it says, honor her for all her hands have done and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. She is known in her city. She is known in her city. Listen, I just broke down for y'all what a woman does, what a woman should be doing, what your role is as a woman, what your gender role is specifically. I can't speak for what the gender role for a man should be. All I can say is really some basics about what God says in the Bible, right? A man is there to really protect. You see a lot in the Bible where men go out and defend the city. Men go out, one specific story, and I told this story before in a previous video. I'm going to make sure I link it, but where David had tried to go out to battle with his army and they had sent him back. They didn't want him to fight with him. It took them 3 days. When they got back, the women and the children were gone because they weren't there to protect them. So men are there to protect. Men are there to provide. So when the men reached out, or when the men caught up to the army that stole the women and the children, they ended up defeating them, first of all. So they protected them, they ended up defeating them, and also bringing back the plunder. They brought back the riches for the women and the children. So they provide. Men protect, provide. But their job really here is to save, defend, protect, provide, and ultimately we have to meet each other's needs, because it's not all about meeting one person's needs. It's about I'm meeting all of your needs and you're meeting all of my needs, and that's why we can coexist together. When someone's needs are not being met, that's when you're unable to coexist peacefully. And when the peace is not there, you know that God is not present or in the room. I'll be back in another video to talk about what men's gender role should be in a different video in better detail, because I want this to really be specific or focused on the woman. And I'm not saying as a woman that you have to do these things. I'm saying this is going to get you the man that you really want. I know this because I am on the way to getting the man that I really want. And you have to be faithful and believe God for whatever he says to you. I know a lot of people try to say, you shouldn't listen to relationship advice from a single person, but I see the vision and I know where it's going to ultimately lead me into. I see the men that change or try to change or attempt to change to be with me. They can't get it right yet. And when I hear the men that come back to me and tell me, like, I can't wait to be who I need to be so I can marry you for real, like, and they're trying to race and get to where they're trying to go just to be with me. You know what I'm saying? So look, all I can say is what I know, at the end of the day. So I'm not out here being done dirty. Being single is a choice for me right now, because this is who I have to be who I need to be in the kingdom of God. And until I find the man that God has for me, and I'll know that it's the man that God has for me, because I'll have peace in that situation, complete, utter peace. And even times when I don't have peace, I have God still. You feel me? So I'll understand, and I'll know exactly when that moment is. But as of right now, I'm still working for the Lord, and I'm in a relationship with God right now, and we haven't brought my partner into this union yet. So it is what it is. But I hope you got something to get from my message. I can't wait to be back with another one for y'all. Make sure y'all check me out in the next video. I will see y'all next time. Janique here, Janique TV. Thank you for tuning in again. Peace. And don't forget, be a woman. Okay? Period.